You cannot simply stop drugs without self-determination. I am sorry to hear what you are saying, and I hope you will not be offended with my answer. Even if you do not read the Bible, just read some medical books, and you will find the answer to your question about drug addiction. A little study of the condition of the human body will tell you why we can be addicted to drugs. Not only you, I can also be addicted, or anybody else can be addicted to drugs once you start using it. Why? Because the human body is an adaptable organism. We can practically adapt to any situation we are in. When it is cold, we can live in cold places, like in the places wherein there are snow all year round. People can live there. They can manage to live there. You can also live in places where it's very hot, like in Africa. Why? The body has its mechanics of adapting itself to any kind of environment. When the environment is cool, the pores of our skin closes automatically. When the environment is hot or a little hot, the pores of our skin opens. Naturally, it opens to allow perspiration, and perspiration will cool you and will release the excess heat of the body. That is scientific. If you have studied a little science, you will know that the body is adapting to any kind of environment it is in. The first time you smoke, you will likely cough. The body will reject because it is something foreign. It is not a part of the body. Smoke is not a part of the body. Neither the nicotine, the tar, and the other poisonous substances that you can get in a smoke from a cigarette or a cigar. Now, the first time you use it, the body will reject. But if you continue, the body will adapt. It will accept the nicotine, it will accept the tar, it will accept those poisonous chemicals, then the body will adapt. Then if you are used to that, you will be addicted to smoking because the body has already adapted to that poisonous material, which will later cause damages to the cells and the tissues of the body. But what will the body do is to first adapt in it for the first time, and then for a prolonged period of time, practically even to the point when the body is destroying itself because of those poisonous substances. So the body is an adaptable organism. Taking drugs in the first place, the body will try to reject it. You will feel something which is uncomfortable. Like the first time you sip alcoholic beverage, the body will not feel so good. But when you are already adapted to it, you will be craving for wine. Like sugar. Sugar is also addicting. Like drugs. Now, when you said you are praying to God to stop you taking drugs, in the first place, God did not tell you to use drugs. Is there a reason for you to doubt God or to blame God because you are addicted to drugs? In the first place, it is your fault. As a human being, you must know what you ingest into your body. It is our primary and natural responsibility to know what we are going to use or to take or to ingest into our body. Do not be like Buddha of the religion Buddhism. Buddha, as they claim, is an enlightened man. But I do not believe he is an enlightened man. Let us read the fact in the 2005 issue of the Encyclopedia Britannica. Sister Luz?
Here is the information from the 2005 edition of Encyclopedia Britannica. The Buddha died after eating poisonous mushrooms served him by accident and escaped the cycle of rebirth. His body was cremated and stupas were built over his relics.
He died of recklessness in eating or ingesting something into his body. healthfully, medically, scientifically speaking, you have to know what you are taking into your body or ingesting into your body. Because it will cause damage, if not permanent sometimes. It will cause damages to our body, our tissues, our cells, and our whole being will be damaged by drugs. Now, if you pray to God, even if you pray daily, for God to help you stop taking in drugs, but if you do not follow God's will, you cannot stop. Practically because your body has adapted to it. It needs a little sacrifice and faith. You see, I was once a cigarette smoker, a chain smoker. When I light up the first cigarette in the morning after waking up, I do not use anymore the match or the lighter. I use the cigarette to light another cigarette and so on. I was a chain smoker. But when I have understood the will of God in the Bible, I threw my lighter into the river and threw the last pack of cigarette I have in my pocket. Since then, more than 30 years ago, I have stopped smoking. It is the dictate of my faith and my fear on God. God can help you if you help yourself. In the case of drugs, God cannot just simply perform a miracle on you. You have to help yourself. Why? Because your body is addicted to it. You must understand that scientifically, even if you ask doctors and medical practitioners, you cannot simply stop drugs without self-determination. Even though God wants to help everybody of us, but if we will not help ourselves, nothing can be done because you are addicted to drugs. That's why we must not blame God if we are addicted to drugs and we find it very hard to expel drugs or to refrain ourselves from drugs. Why? Because in the first place, God has put on us the responsibility about ourselves, about how to use our bodies, how to manage our lives. It is in the scriptures. But people do not seem to be believing in God. That's why there are now so many drug addicts. And there are so many crimes that are done all over the world, including the innocents. Even innocents are victims of drugs. Even little children. Now, to that question, my answer is, you need to help yourself so that you can take away drugs in your life. And that means a great determination and faith to eradicate drug from your life.